thing. Like, if I have to impress, let me fix this. So, if I have to impress you, what's the benefit for me though? And that's the thing, we don't think about that. We always think, oh, I've got to impress this person. What do you get out of that? A little bit of like a little dopamine or whatever, like rush in your head, and then that's it. Like, you get a little bit like, oh yeah, and then okay, what next? Like, actually deep it, like, that's what they're doing. They want to feel better. They want you to make them feel better by changing you. And you think that those people are actually happy people. There's no way. What, you shouldn't have to stress about, I need to impress this friend. Impress who? But no, when I go out, I just go out to impress me. Like, if I feel good about myself, that's it. That's more than enough for me. That is more than enough. I promise you, I do not care. I don't. It took me so long to gain the confidence that I have today. You guys have no idea. If you guys were to meet Jeannie back in 2017, 2016, 15, 14, 13, if you guys were to meet me back then, you'd have been like, that's a lie. That's not you. Like, that's a twin sister. It's like, girl, it's not. Like, hello. Guys, I have some gems to drop in this video today. I'm kind of excited to talk about this because I want to see people do better for themselves. I want to see people be more confident. I like seeing people, especially women, living in their truth and just being free and getting rid of those shackles, okay, that they try and tell you that you need to be on, because there's no way. How do you live your life free when you care about other people's opinions? I just don't get it. How do you live freely when you're constantly trying to impress people that don't even care about you? They will not know when you're dead and gone. Okay, they will not care if you're on fire. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, these people, and that's a bit dramatic, but I'm sorry, like, these people don't care. So why do you? They really don't actually care. So why do you care about them? Why? Okay, so by the title of this video, you guys know I'm going to be talking about why people's opinions mean absolutely nothing unless you give it meaning. That's what we're talking about today. Because, quite frankly, guys, when I start talking more about these topics, I may go in depth more about how I've come to these conclusions and like maybe bring up examples, like real examples that have like happened to me. But right now, I'm not gonna do that. But over time, I've learned how, as much as people's opinions, when they share their unwarranted opinions on you, can hurt your feelings and feel like the world's ending, these people are not important. I'm telling you now, like, these people aren't important unless you make them important. Okay, that is the thing. The key to this is to make yourself the most important person in your life, because hello, you are, because you are the one that gets yourself up in the morning. You are the one that has to heal yourself, and when you go to sleep, you're the one that has to, like, sort yourself out for bed and look after yourself when you're sick and all the, do you know what I mean? Like, you are the one that has to, like, show up for you. No one else is going to do that for you. So make yourself the most important person in your life before you make somebody else more important, and you start caring so much about their opinion that didn't mean anything to begin with. Okay, so let me backtrack a little bit, because you guys know if I look down, it's because I've got my notes here, because I don't want to go. This is like the longest. It's not that long, but like, not gonna lie. Like, normally I just have like 3 bullet points, but that doesn't help, because I really do need to have like precise points. And in case I forget what original point I was gonna make, I also do like, it sounds like I'm like doing like a semi-podcast, but like, I do make recordings on my phone with like, if I don't know how to write it down, I'll just quickly say it out loud, like what's in my head, just so that I can kind of relay to you guys the same thing the conclusions that I came to earlier. But anyways, what do I mean by people's opinions don't mean anything unless you give it meaning? I said this in a previous video. I mean, it might be the one just before this, I don't know, but in one of my previous videos, I did mention that people's opinions are only important if you, one, make that person important first, then that is when you start to value their opinion. It's kind of like a celebrity. Like, if you overhype and you value a celebrity so much, like, I'm talking like you really idolize them, like you don't have like a world outside of them. Does that make sense? Like, eventually, because you put them on a pedestal, anything that they say, you're going to take as like the word, like, oh, that's it. Like, if they say that I'm this, then I'm that. It's like, so I don't really agree with like over idolizing people. Like, chill. Chill, because it makes you lose yourself, but that's another conversation. Too many of you are unhappy because you're making the people that aren't important. you are making other people important for absolutely no reason. For no reason, whether it's that girl at school that you think looks better than you, or, you know, that guy who you want to try and impress or whatever, who isn't even that, like, I'm sorry, like, when you realize that he's not even really boyfriend material, like, he's not even the type that you would even want. Like, when you actually, like, grow up and realize, you're like, no, never mind. You got, stop. You guys are making yourself unhappy for absolutely no reason. For no reason at all, like, none. You don't have to actually be in this state. I do really feel like maturing, and that isn't just like, oh, you know, I pay my bills and I do that, and I'm like, maybe I just don't get into like silly arguments anymore. But it really is about like analyzing your emotions and trying to work on how long you allow something to like fester. We do have control over how long we allow something to like sit within us. I really do feel that way, because I'm sorry, I'm not about to waste time pondering and like, I'm not gonna sit there and do all that and overthink and make myself upset because somebody decided to share an unwarranted opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not about to do that. I'm sorry. Like, I don't have the time. I don't have the energy. I'd rather do something else. Honestly, I value my time too much. And this is the thing. I value myself. So I also value my own time. And I'm not going to sit here and waste my time on something like that. I'm just not. I said in one of my recent shorts that I did, and I was like, it was actually in the actual video I posted, but I did post it on the shorts. I was saying, listen, however, you can have whatever opinion you want on me, but I don't have to care. To summarize these, what I was saying, I don't have to care. Like, that's, go, listen, pop off. Like, you know, listen, do what you want to do, but I really don't want to care. I don't want to care about it. I just don't. And if I keep you up at night because I don't care, well then, good luck. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Good luck to you. What do you want me to do about it? Do you know what I mean? But like, no. And one of the points I came to was that if I have to impress you, that means that I had to have cared about you to begin with. And like, if I just don't care about you like that, and like, by that I mean people that are crappy like that, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be kind and respectful to people, but I'm saying like, somebody like that, if I don't care about you to begin with because I can see that you are not really a good person, then I'm just not gonna care about your opinion. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna care to impress you. Like, impress you for who? Impress you for what? Like, what do I get? That's the thing. Like, if I have to impress, let me fix this. So, if I have to impress you, what's the benefit for me though? And that's the thing, we don't think about that. We always think, oh, I've got to impress this person. What do you get out of that? A little bit of like a little dopamine or whatever, like rush in your head, and then that's it. Like, you get a little bit like, oh yeah, and then okay, what next? Like, what's the benefit if I impress you so that you give me a better opinion? But okay, like, is that it? I could just do that myself. Like, I don't need you to give me that big. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, I'm so like, I just start thinking like, I don't even need that from you either. Like, I can do that for myself. I can give myself that opinion. I don't need you to do it. Maybe that's just me. Like, maybe that's just me. But like, I just must have my own opinion. Like, you know what I mean? As long as I know that I'm doing good for myself and others around me, all the other noise, it's just not important. It's not important. I'm gonna give like an example. There's actually so many examples of people sharing unwarranted opinions online. The recent one that I seen was on YouTube, and somebody was saying to someone like, oh, I'm sorry, but you need to change your hair, or something like that. And like, people in the chat were saying like, why do people say sorry before trying to insult someone? I'm like, it literally like it just counteracts what the sorry, like, it doesn't make any sense. But I was saying, and I'm like, I always get so confused and baffled when people share their opinion like that to be negative to someone. I'm like, why does that person's hairstyle bother you, that you feel like they need to change it so that you feel better? Like, actually deeply, like, that's what they're doing. They want to feel better. They want you to make them feel better by changing you. And you think that those people are actually happy people. There's no way. Like, what? I don't get it. Guys, I actually don't. Because somebody explained to me. Because it doesn't make sense to me. How are you sitting here talking about you need to change this or you need to change that because that don't look good on you? Go away. Like, actually go away. Go away. Like, I just can't. I feel like when people are giving their unwarranted opinion, honestly, it could be about anything. It could be about somebody not liking somebody else's content, or how they do their makeup, or how they do this, or how they do that, even down to how they speak, even down to their voice. Let me let you into something. Should I say this now? I should say it now. I don't really care, to be honest, because I love the way I sound now. But like when I was in school, there was people, and especially the boys. I was surprised. Anyways, it's one of them things where people share their opinion, but sometimes they do it in like, so like there's different ways to share your opinion, guys. Like sometimes people aren't even saying it like directly like that. Sometimes they are just, yeah, maybe they're passive aggressive, or they try and say it in a joke or something. You gotta watch out, because some people. Honestly, when you realize how they do it, they're not that smart. Like, because you're the smarter one, because now you can see it for what it is, you know what I mean? But when I was in school, my voice was pointed out to be deep. Like, oh, you've got a deep voice. Da, 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 da. And not only that, but I wasn't in the best household. I don't want to, you know what, I don't even want to go in depth about it, but I was not in a good household for a majority of my, like, secondary school life. And even the adults in that house would also mock the way I would sound. There was a lot of reverse psychology and whatnot going on in that house. So to keep it really short and simple. And I realized that was people's unwarranted opinions. One of them that was shared onto me. And it did it for a while, make me feel really, a certain type of way about, the way I would sound and whatever. At the end of the day, I still rose and I still spoke and I still laughed and I was still vibing, because at the end of the day, I'm here. I've got no choice but to live my life. So, do you know what I mean? But I get it. Like, it can affect you, and it can affect your self-esteem, and it can affect your, your mental health and everything like that. So when I'm speaking about these, I'm always going to say this all the time, guys. Like, I'm not coming from an easy place. Just know that whenever I'm talking about these topics, it's because I've lived through a lot of crap. Okay, and didn't realize I was in a lot of crap until I was out of it. You know that quote, like, oh, you don't realize that you're like sitting in a lot of, like, not gonna say the word, but the S word. You don't, because you get so used to the smell when you're sitting in it for so long that you don't even realize you're sitting in it. That was it. Like, I was in a lot of crap and didn't even realize for a long time. But that typically happens when you grow up in an abusive household. So, but that was something that I had to deal with. And now I'm just like, you know what? My response now is just like, if you don't like the way I sound, then just close your ears. I don't know. What do you want me to do about it? What do you actually want me to do about it? The thing is, especially when you have a choice. So let's say social media. Let's say you watching me right now. You might not like my voice, or you might not like my video or my content or whatever. I always say this. Like, when I see people share their unwarranted opinion on social media, at any platform, I'm like, you have the choice to leave. No one's forcing you to be here. That's why I find people like that very weird. I really do. Why are you here if you are actually unhappy with, like, what you're watching, what you're hearing, everything that you're seeing? Then just leave. Any content that I don't like, I do not watch. I don't engage in. I go where I actually want to be. Because if you genuinely wanted to be happy, then that's what you would do. That's common sense. I just don't get why you're somewhere you don't want to be or you don't like. The power of free will. The power of free will. Like, you are allowed. People say, well, I have the right to my own opinion. You also have the right to, like, just leave. Like, if something is bothering you, instead of sharing your opinion and trying to ruin people's days and ruining the vibe, just leave. Just leave. Just go. Make your life easy. Why are you sticking around if it bothers you that much so you have to write out a whole paragraph or a whole opinion? I just don't get it. Like, you are entitled to your own opinion, but don't get disrespectful, especially on someone else's platform. Like, do you know what I mean? Don't get rude and don't complain and sit there like you own that person and you can demand what you want. Like, who are you? I'm gonna keep saying that. Who are you? Who are you? Who? I'm going to discuss why you should let go of people's opinions. I think the obvious one is the fact that, do you want to be happy? Do you want to be, listen, I don't even know if I should say happy or free or both. Do you want to be free? Do you want to be happy? Which one? Like, both. Like, because at the end of the day, for me, freedom is happiness anyways. I just feel like they work together. Like, they're just besties. You know what I mean? They're just like that. Why would you want to care? Like, give me a good reason why it's good to care about people's opinions. And don't get it confused with constructive criticism, because that is not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that. Do you want to be happy? Honestly, I'm actually genuinely asking, and it's kind of sad because I think no one really asked themselves this question, because no one's really gonna think about it, I guess. But because I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, I am happy now, but like, you know what I mean? Younger me, I'd be like, oh, do you want to be happy? Because if you want to be happy, you're gonna have to let go of caring about these You're gonna have to, like, let that go. You're gonna have to. Guys, you guys need to realize you only have one life, You only have one life. I'm going to keep these points really simple because I feel like it's quite obvious why you need to let go of people's opinions. We haven't even reached mental health yet. I mean, do you want your mental health to be good? Do you want to be smiling more and enjoying your life, or do you want to be sitting there moody and down and stressed and crying and, you know, getting even more physically unhealthy because you're trying to change multiple different things about yourself for other people? Or, like, let it go. Let it go. And honestly, I know it may seem strange, but spending time alone is one of the, I would say, maybe easiest, depending on how you are being alone, because it might not be that easy at first, obviously. But I do think it might be even one of the quickest ways to gain a strong foundation for your confidence. You know, you spend time alone, you get to know yourself more, you know, you start to like things more, and you're blocking out so much outside noise from other people because you're alone. No one else is there trying to get into your head. And, you know, that also means like getting rid of any type of social media content that is negative and whatnot, or it's making you feel down or low, whether that's TikTok, Instagram, I don't care, anywhere, anything, let it all go. And I really do feel like, 'cause this is what I did, and it made me feel a lot better. It does take, I would say it takes a level of discipline. It does take a level of discipline, because you do have to choose, you know what, I can't follow these accounts anymore, I can't do this, I can't do that, and I need to let go of, even guys, let go of friends. I know families might be harder. Friends though, I know friendship breakups can still hurt really bad, sometimes worse than actual, like, you know, breakups, like intimate breakups, like between, you know, a partner that you're with. But I'm so sorry, like, let friends go that are putting you down. Let them go. Because a lot of us as well, we may have been in friendships where we care so much about our friends' opinions, and it's like, if you have to do that, they're probably not really good friends. Like, you should be able to be free and free flowing, and your friend should just like love you the way you are. You shouldn't have to stress about, oh, you know, I need to impress this friend. Impress who? When I go out, I just go out to impress me. Like, if I feel good about myself, that's more than enough for me. That is more than enough. I promise you, I do not care. I don't. And when I say this, does it mean that sometimes, you know, you might have days where you feel a bit about yourself, you don't feel as good like as you did maybe yesterday? It's normal, like, our moods fluctuate. I don't mean that if someone were to say something, I won't feel anything. I'm a human being, of course I'm gonna feel. I'm a human being, I'm obviously gonna feel things. But when I say I don't care, I mean I don't dwell on it enough to care that much to the point where I allow it to change my whole entire spirit and energy and who I am as a person. I might be bothered for like 10 minutes, 30 minutes. I might rant to my mum for a good hour, and then I'm over it. Like, I'm fine. I do not care anymore. Next. Because life must go on. Like, that's underestimated quote, like, life must go on. What am I supposed to do? Like, what am I supposed to do? The ways that I choose to let go of people's opinions is that I ask, I'm going to let you guys in on a little, there's one main secret, but I'm going to get to that. So the first way that I work on letting go of people's opinions is I ask myself, did I like myself before I left the house? It might sound silly. It's like saying it out loud. But it's like, did I like my hair before I left my house? Did I like my outfit before I left my house? Did I like the way my skin was glowing before I left the house? Do I like my nose ring on my nose? It could be the smallest thing. Do I like my earrings? Do I like my nose? Do I like my lips? Do I like my eyes? Do I like the way my makeup is? Do I like my brows? Whether there's makeup on or not. Did I like myself before I left the house? Bars. Did I like myself before I left my house? And if the answer is yes, that's good enough. I don't think people realize that's good enough. If you was good before you left your home, why are you now going outside to allow infestations in? I really do look at it as an infestation. Like, if I liked myself before I went anywhere outside of my home, and then all of a sudden somebody says something or looks at me a certain way, it's like, why am I allowing that to get to me? I was fine before, and now I'm giving that person so much power to bring my mood down, and for me to think, oh, maybe I do need to change this, maybe I do need to change this, maybe I do need to go here and like fix that and like do that. No, maybe I just don't. Maybe I just need to not care. Maybe. That's also an option. And I think the reason why people don't go to that option is because it feels like the hardest to do, because it isn't easy. It took me so long to gain the confidence that I have today. You guys have no idea. If you guys were to meet Jeannie back in 2017, 2016, 15, 14, 13, if you guys were to meet me back then, you'd have been like, that's a lie. That's not you. Like, that's a twin sister. It's like, girl, it's not. Like, I don't want to, I can't even speak the way I'm like, I was like about to rap then. You don't want to, like, you guys don't want to. It's amazing how far you can get. You don't even realize where you're going to be in like a couple of years time. But like how I was back then, younger me, I know younger me is proud. She's proud of me. Like, girl, like, I'm proud of me. So I just need you guys to think, whenever someone says something or makes you feel uncomfortable when you go outside or anything like that, think to yourself, did I like myself and did I like my outfit and was I really happy before I left? Then yes. Then hold on to that energy. If it's a yes, hold on to that energy. It's yours to keep. No one else can take that away from you unless you allow them to. It's not going to be an easy trip. Sometimes you may feel like, oh, I'm lying to myself because it did affect me. And that's fine. You are allowed to feel, emotions as a human being. But what I want people to do is not to dwell on them, and you start to question yourself. I feel like one of the most precious things to hold on to in life is happiness. When you feel happy, hold on to it, cherish it, feel it, extend it for as long as possible, as long as you can. I really do. That's all I can say, honestly. That's one of the most important things that I genuinely feel like you should try and hold on to, is that emotion, that happiness, that peace, that freedom that you feel whenever you feel it. And remember what it feels like. And then say to yourself, I want that feeling again. And is me caring about this person's opinion right now gonna help me achieve that feeling again? Because it's not going to. You would know the answer. I don't need to tell you. I know you guys watching this are smart people. You're smart for clicking on the video. So you are smart for clicking on the video. Okay, so I know you guys already know. My big secret, guys. I don't even know if I want to say it out loud because it's not going to be a secret anymore. But maybe I do need to share this because hopefully this analogy will genuinely help somebody out there. My mindset, my mind itself, my actual mind, I look at it as something really, really precious. Because I genuinely feel if anybody can get into your head, then it's done for. It's done for. I'm sorry, I like being dramatic a little bit, but honestly, it kind of is done for, because when people, one thing that my mom always used to tell me, and she'd be like, mental scars are worse than physical scars. And I feel like I got it right away. Like when she told me, I was like, you know what? You can't fix mental scars with a band-aid. Like, you can't do that. You can't put ointment on your mind. Like, you can't do that. It takes you yourself to like mend everything, like all those, that nervous system, you gotta mend it all. Like, I ain't even gonna go into it. I'm not gonna go into it, but I look at my mind as something really precious that I don't want anyone and everyone to get into, because who are you? Like I said, like, who are you? Like, it's one of them, like when you see those banks and they've got those big locks and I'm like, it's locked down. Like, that's my mind, but it's made out of like gold or something, like gold, platinum or something. I don't know. It's made out of some proper. And then it's times 10, like those doors times 10, like and all the codes are going to be girl, the codes are going to be hard for you to get. Like, you're not going to crack the code. No matter what you do, you're not going to crack the code. Okay, one of the things that I do, and I think about, like, okay, somebody were to say something to me or make me feel uncomfortable, or, whatever it is, right? Like, try to put me down or make me feel insecure. My mind is like this gold mansion. This is the actual analogy, but the bank one's kind of good too. But any way you want to picture it, honestly, be free with it, guys. Whatever feels the best to picture. But just picture your mind as something that is like a home or some type of place. It could even be a cave. I don't know, a nice lit up cave, and like nobody can get in because there's a huge wall of water that you just can't get past. I don't know. But for me, I look at it as my mind is a mansion. A gold mansion, and the mansion is made out of entirely gold. I don't know why it just has to be gold. I don't it just makes it seem more fancy. And I look at it as I am literally the only one that can hold the key. There was a show that I watched on Netflix, and it was called Troll Hunters, and it just reminds me. It just came to me right now. And the troll hunter, basically, they get chosen. They get, like, you're like the chosen one. Long story short, there's an amulet that you have that helps you fight against like evil trolls and whatnot. And no matter what the boy did to try and like get rid of the amulet because he didn't want it, even though he was chosen for it, it kept coming back to him. It kept coming back to him, kept coming back to him. He dropped it, left it somewhere, threw it in the bin, it kept coming back. No matter what he did, it just kept coming back. He was like, oh my days, like, what? I don't want this. That's how I look at it, as this key. No matter what I do, you can say, well, why someone can get the key and get into your head? The key keeps coming back to me. Like, who's gonna come? Like, who I could place it in that person's hand right there, and bam, it will be back in my hand like that, like done, finished. That's how I look at my mind. I am the only one that can unlock and, you know, get into parts of my mind. You can't do it. Your opinions can stay your opinions. Keep them out there. It's not going to come in here. It's just not. Yeah, I heard you. Yeah, I heard what you said. Do you know what I mean? But it's not living here. It's not festering here. It didn't even get in. It may have tried to knock at the front door. It's still, there's no access. Access denied. And that's it. So, you know, it helps me to remember that I do have the option to not let people in if I don't want to. It's the same with your life, honestly. Like whoever you want in your life is whoever you want in your life. If you don't want someone there, you don't have to have somebody there. You just don't. Eventually, you know what I mean? Circumstances, you know, may make them stay longer, but eventually you can get out of things. Because I don't like to sit in this like, oh, I can't get out of nothing. I can't. Because if you say you can't, then you can't. And I can't see myself living a life where I'm going to tell myself that I can't get out of it. I'm just not. But that's my analogy, guys. So really, no matter what you want to picture your mind as, picture it as something that's really precious. Like nobody can get in. Nobody is allowed to get in there unless you give them access, okay? So whenever you feel a certain type of way, just remember that. Just remember that and try to keep that with you. That's what helps me. And hopefully maybe that will help somebody else, you know? Like if anybody can get in, then it's not protected. Your house isn't protected. It's faulty. Something's wrong with your house. Like if anybody can get in, protect your mindset. Protect your mindset, okay? Because that is a thing that's the driving force for you anyways. And if that starts to crumble, everything else around you starts to crumble. It's inevitable. And a couple of quick points as to why I don't give a damn about people's opinions. Start feeling sorry for these people. Start feeling pitiful for the people that are sharing rude, unwarranted opinions, who are trying to degrade you and make you feel bad about yourself and try to make you see something in yourself as a flaw, even though it's not a flaw. Like, start to really feel sorry for those types of people. Because honestly, I keep saying over and over and over again, happy people aren't doing that. Genuine happy people. Like, can you guys see Lizzo doing that? Like, think about it. Lizzo is one of the main people, like, in the industry that is out here constantly uplifting people, no matter who they are. Do you think Lizzo, like, I always think of, like, people like Lizzo or whatnot, genuine happy people, even down to somebody like J-Hope from BTS. And I mean, it might be strange, like, oh, why would you think, girl, do you think he's known to be sunshine? Okay, he is such a happy, bubbly, like, loving person. Like, that's just what he seems like. And I could never see him, like, sitting down, like, that's so cringy. Can you see him sitting down, like, throwing hate, like, ew, like, who's doing that? You know what I mean? Genuine, just as an example, guys, but genuine happy people are not doing that. Okay, that's why I'm saying feel sorry for them. Clearly they are very unhappy. They are. Because I have never felt the need to go and put anybody down. I do not care. If I don't like something, I just move away from it. Anyways, I just don't care, guys. Honestly, I'm vibing. I vibe. I don't care. Because I'm still here and I'm still thriving. I'm just not bothered. And I hope you guys get to the point where you guys aren't bothered either. You know, you guys just need to realize who you are and don't let anybody take anything away from you. Okay, like nobody can unless you give them access. Like I keep saying, access denied, access denied, access denied. Anyways, I don't know how long this video is going to be, guys. I was filming for just a long time and I was like, you know what it is? This is my first time writing down a bunch of notes like that. And it was if I seem a bit slow in this video, like a little bit like, it's honestly because I like to just reel things off my brain. And if I have to think about what I've got to say as I'm filming, I end up going really a bit slower. It might not seem like that to you guys because I think it will just look normal. I think it's just me in my head, in my gold mind. But that's oh my God, I thought that was a sweat mark. I was like, don't do that because I don't even, okay, I do, it depends. If I go on a long walk, but I was about to say, like, what is this? Anyways. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and you learned something from this video. If you guys have any other suggestions for videos you want me to do, then don't forget to leave them in the comment section and I will have a look at them and see what you guys want me to talk about. And also, because I want it to be a community where people are also sharing other ways that helps them. So if you want to comment down what helps you to, you know, try and be more confident in XYZ, also comment that. What did I say like that? XYZ. Why I say like that? Anyways, yeah, leave some other suggestions in the comment section that will help other people and including myself. And yeah, I'm going on a walk now. and I'm gonna get a coffee or a hot chocolate. I don't know. I'm gonna get something. I'm gonna live my life because happy people live their lives. They don't sit online chatting crap all day long. And not me still throwing shade after the video is basically done. I'm always like, guys, my makeup. So you guys might think, oh my god, Gina, your makeup looks different compared to like your other videos. Girl, it's because eyeliner. Can you see the eyeliner? Oh, I slayed. I actually slayed. I slayed. I'm sorry. I have to have these moments where I'm just like, because the makeup. I need to buy another nose ring as well. I don't need to. I want to. I want to buy another nose ring because where I got this one from, they've got so many. They've got like 19 different ones on Etsy, and it's so cute. And I want to get basically the whole collection so I can switch it up and like come with different nose rings as well. Because as much as I'm gonna switch up my hairstyle all the time, I'm also gonna switch up my nose rings because why the hell not? Apart from the bracelets, I'm not gonna lie, I did need to get some new ones, but they're probably the only things I'm not gonna like switch up. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye guys. Bye. Bye. I don't know why, I just feel like, I don't know who's watching this, but I just feel like giving people who's watching this a hug. Like, I just feel like doing that. So just feel the energy. Okay, I gave you a hug. Let's get up and be the people that we are. Okay, let's get up and slay the day. Okay, another day, another slay, as they like to say. I have bars. Like, please, I really do have bars.